Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Chrissy. I decided to take a page out of Amy Gets Lit. I didn't particularly like my booktube newbie tag, or I think it could be done better, but instead I'm going to redo this with the new To Booktube tag. I will link Amy Gets Lit down in the description below. She's an amazing booktuber and everyone should go give her a look and a subscribe. So I decided to do the new to booktube tag, which it was created by Between Chapters. I'll link the original video down in the description below, and let's get started. So the first question is, where are you joining us from? I am here in Albuquerque, New Mexico. I've lived here since I was 10 years old, and yeah, anyone who doesn't know, yes, New Mexico is part of the US. Sometimes, you know, if I travel out of state, I do get people who tell me my English is very good for someone from Mexico. Question 2 is, how old are you? I am 31 years old, and I know. How do I keep my youthful appearance? And primarily, you know, I employ witches. Question 3 is, why did you join BookTube? And I joined BookTube because I really wanted to be around a fantastic community and really get in touch with people who love reading as much as I do. I do have two friends who read quite a bit as much as I do, but I always want to be around more people who read, so yeah. Question 4 is, what is the meaning behind your channel name? My channel name is The Return Cart, and it's, for one, the site name that I have. I run a book blog, and that is the name I chose for it, due to the library return carts, you know, so they have the carts where you place books down, or where books that are returned to the library go, so that it can be reshelved, and hence the name. I know, very creative. Question 5 is, what type of books do I read / want to talk about here? I read a wide variety of books. I'm pretty eclectic as a reader. My top genre, though, is fantasy, quickly followed by sci-fi. So I oftentimes lump them together like a lot of people do and say sci-fi fantasy. Yeah, I've been getting into thrillers and mysteries a lot more lately, which I love. I used to read romance far more when I was younger than now. I'm trying to get back into romance, but I find myself in these moods of, well, I just want cute. I don't necessarily want to read about these characters in bed together, but I just want something connective and real between two people. And with adult fiction, sometimes that just seems rare to me. I don't know. I just don't come across it as much in adult fiction. I do see it more in young adult, that it's not as much about the physical attraction. But yeah, I'm rambling about romance, but yes. As far as the books that I want to talk about here, I'm going to be doing all sorts. Much like my reading taste, I'm going to try and be as eclectic as possible here too. For example, I'm planning this Whale of a Tale series where I read gigantic books. They have to be over 1,000 pages, and I start doing them in increments. So one episode will be the page 1 to 250, and then so on and so forth. And I talk about what's in those pages, what characters and what the characters have done, as well as some analysis on what I think of the writing style, what I think certain parts mean. So, but then I'll also do series highlights. Question 6 is, who are some of your favorite authors? Elie Martinez has always been the top of my list as far as favorite authors go. He's written primarily standalone novels that I've come in contact with. He has a series out that the second book has recently been published, called Constance Verity. And I have yet to read the second Constance Verity, but I have read the first. Other than that, I think there's only like 2 novels of his I haven't read. And he's written quite a bit. I love his writing style. It's a very funny narrative style that he has. I recently started reading Jane Linskull's work. She wrote this series called the Firekeeper series. She also has other novels and a whole truckload of short stories that she's written. I'd be amiss if I didn't say some of my old favorites that still are up there and dear to my heart, such as Jennifer Fallon. She wrote the High Throne Chronicles and Tide Lords. I haven't read that one though. And also the Two Sons trilogy, which I loved back when I was a teenager. 7. What's the last book you read? I finished Dumplin' by Julie Murphy, and it was pretty good. It was cute. So yeah, I finished that. I also watched the movie too. Thumbs up. Question 8. What are you currently reading? So I'm reading 2 books right now. One is The Left Hand of Darkness by Ursula K. Le Guin, and then the other one is Infinite Jest by David Foster Wallace. Question 9. What do you use for bookmarks? I primarily use traditional bookmarks. I actually have an example right here. I bought a pack of these bookmarks from, it was from Office Depot. And they were having their back to school sale. Actually, it was after the back to school sale. So these things were in clearance and they were like 25 cents for like a 25 pack. So I thought, why not? I always lose them anyway. Question 10 is show us your current TBR pile. So that's only half joking. My current TBR pile, as far as physical books that I haven't read yet, is 219 books. Admittedly, most of the books I have currently are books I haven't read. I did a kind of mass cleaning out and unhauling. I didn't videotape it, but I did an unhauling of books that I've read and maybe liked, or that aren't kind of near and dear to my heart, that I could let go, and I donated them. But yeah, so there's books on here that I haven't read at all, like almost everything right here, except for like this last one because I read it in college, which is called The Golden Ass. Okay, question 11. Which do I prefer, hardback or paperback? I prefer paperback. I think they're just a little more worthy, like as if they went on a quest. No, but I just think they're easier to take with me places and not have to worry about damage, as well as that they're cheaper. Ebooks or physical books? Physical books. I've been getting more into ebooks. I do think that they are valuable and that they very much count as reading. But for some reason, I just cannot get over not being able to feel the book and flip the pages and smell it. Owning or borrowing? I prefer to own just because I like to take my time, apparently. But also, yeah, sometimes if you're just not feeling a book, and like when you're borrowing it, and either you feel you have to finish it, or you just give it back and you're like, that was just a non-read, a DNF. I think a lot of books, it's usually for me a time and a place of when to start reading them. And I've been doing my TBR jar, but it's worked out pretty well for me so far, so. Question 12. What series got you into reading? I have always loved reading ever since I was tiny, before I can remember, but the series that kind of kept that love going and that really got me into the science fiction fantasy love has been Animorphs. I was growing up at a time when Animorphs was getting published out and new books were coming out like every year, more than every year. And when the TV series was out, those are good times. But I loved that world. I loved the books that came out, and it really got me into sci-fi, and I really enjoyed them. Question 13. How did you discover BookTube? I discovered BookTube primarily through just being in the book community. I was doing book blogging, I think on Tumblr, and I would see videos get posted up there. And so I went to take a look, and I've discovered that, oh my gosh, so many people were posting up just videos talking about their favorite reads, and I thought that was really cool. Question number 14. What challenges do you think you'll face with your own channel? Primarily challenges with learning everything. I'm not the greatest with editing currently, so I think the learning curve is going to be some of my biggest challenges, as well as looking at my own face while editing. I don't like it, but okay, so. Question 15, where can we find you? You can find me at my site, thereturncart.com, or you can message me on the Twitter at Lost in the Book BRB. I'll link those in the description down below. By all means, I love talking with people about books and anything literature-wise, so please leave me a message, or we can be friends. Actually, I do need more friends, so hit me up. If you like this video, please click that like button. If you like seeing this face do these talkity talk talks, you can hit that subscribe button, and may you get lost in a book.